Hey, how's everybody doing today? So, today I'm going to show you how to move your fifth wheel. I got a couple people asking me questions, and I have a guy that he seems to be having a lot of problems with it. I've helped my ex co-driver with it. She's needed some help with it. I've helped her with it. But I'm going to make this video for that one guy and everybody else that just needs a really good visual of what to do. First thing to do when moving your fifth wheel, if you have a trailer, you can skip this step, but you need to find a trailer. I'm back to a trailer now. I'm gonna go ahead and hook to it, and when you hook to it, it's just like with any other trailer. Make sure when you back up underneath it that your truck squats, make sure it hooks, do a pull test. That's about it. That's all you really want to do. You don't have to hook up your airlines. You don't have to hook up really much of anything else. I'm going to turn my truck off so I can talk a little bit better. Now, the reason why you want to hook to a trailer. One, it's easier. A lot easier than having to move it by hand. I don't know anybody that's moved it by hand. I've heard stories. But, the next step, you want to count the holes where your pins are. Each truck different. There's probably going to be two sets. This one only has one set with two pins. And you want to count the holes that it's in. Now, a good rule of thumb of where to set your fifth wheel is your trailer should either be right at your tires or a little bit behind it. That will always make the weight perfect on your steers and your drives. The next thing you want to do is you want to jack up the trailer. You've hooked to it, now you want to lift the trailer. And the reason why you're doing that is because you want to take the weight off the fifth wheel. The weight of the trailer off the fifth wheel. And you don't have to raise it up high. Just until there is a little bit of light coming in between the trailer and the fifth wheel. Now, it don't have to be a huge gap. Like I said, just a little bitty will do just fine. Because really, you only need the trailer for it to hold the fifth wheel. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but my air is starting to leak out of the truck because I'm taking the weight off of it. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I got other trucks going behind me. I'm at the yard today. I'm in Pennsylvania. This is the part that takes so long. Okay, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see it or not, but I have just a little bit of light coming out from in between my trailer and my fifth wheel. After that, what you want to do, go get back in your truck. Now, if you're with Swift and you have a Freightliner, the button should kind of be in the exact same spot. These trucks are fleet trucks, so they're set up the same. If you're with a different company that has a Freightliner, it might be the same, it might be a little bit different. But on here, you got your three switches. And you also have your dash display. This is new to me because I came out of a 16 model, so it's nice to have a screen. What you want to do is you want to hold and press until you hear it release. Then you want to go check it. Now sometimes it will come loose, sometimes it won't, and you look at it. And from what I can tell, the pins are more towards the back instead of towards the front. There's a little bit of space. So there's pressure on those pins. That's why they're not pulling out. So if I was to rock the truck a little bit, the pins was released. And I'll do that here in a second. I'm just checking everything. Make sure everything's okay. Let me get back up in the truck. I'm too fat for this. I think that's all it took. I heard something. No, not yet. Almost. They halfway stuck. Gotta love halfway stuck. Okay. I don't think y'all might have heard that, but it clicked. If you have your windows down, you should hear the click. I'm hoping it picked it up. But when you hear it, that means your pins have disengaged. Now, each hole on your fifth wheel slide is, I want to say 500 pounds. I can't remember exactly. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I messed with my fifth wheel. But I'm pretty sure, like 85% sure, each hole is 500 pounds. Now, after you have it disengaged and you can see the little bit of gap in between the fifth wheel and the trailer, you can move it. Now, moving it becomes a little bit more difficult, and I'm gonna slide mine forward a little bit more so it is a little bit more even. But if you think you haven't moved any forward or backwards, chances are you've probably already moved it 2 or 3 holes. So, a good rule of thumb that I follow is do it by the truck's own power. Don't use your fuel pedal at all. Just put it in reverse and let go of the brake and just move back a little bit. Y'all hear that? I'm hoping it picks up. Now, to you it might have felt you've only moved this much, but in reality you could have moved 3-4 inches. So, after you've moved back just a little bit, it's gonna sound crazy, but go ahead and relock your pins. And then back up, or pull forward, or whatever you gotta do. And make sure they're locked. And then reset your brakes and get back out and check everything again. Now, you see that I'm more even? Now if I go right here, I was 3 holes back and I've moved up a hole. So now I only have 1 free hole. And I still have my space. The fifth wheel is still level and everything is still loose to where if I need to slide it again, it'll be easy to slide. But that's all I'm really gonna do. Because if you're pulling reefer, you need to make sure this does not hit anything. As you can tell, some people don't care. And they'll get in here and they'll hit your bars, they'll hit your spare tire, they'll hit your brooms, they'll hit whatever is back there. Especially when you're making a turn. I've seen a guy that had his trailer pulled up so far, he made a turn and it ripped off his air wings. So you want to be cautious. But that's it, it's that simple. It really is. The main thing that a lot of people mess up on is they'll hook to a trailer, an empty or a loaded, and they'll try to move it. Now, think about this. If you take your hand and you put it on a table and you put 20,000 pounds on top of your hand, now try to slide your hand from the table. How hard do you think it's going to be to move your hand? It's the same way with this fifth wheel. You want to take as much weight as you can off the fifth wheel. That's why you want space in between the fifth wheel and the trailer. Because really the only thing you're using the trailer for is to hold that fifth wheel in place. Let me go ahead and turn my truck off. Don't need to waste fuel. Now, if you're hooked to the trailer and it's your trailer and this is the one you're going to be pulling, either go get it reweighed or hit the road. If it was me, I'd get it reweighed just to be safe. Always have a weigh ticket. Now, if you're like me and you just needed it to move your fifth wheel, when you put it back down, always remember to not, and I'll explain it here in a second. I think once it gets back down to normal. But anyways, you'll have some people that will drop the trailer and where it sits pretty much right here, they'll just lower the landing gears down until it touches the ground, and then they'll turn it 2 more times. And you don't want to do that. And the reason why is because the next guy that comes along, his truck might sit a little bit lower. And it won't be too dramatic, but it will sit a little bit lower. So when he backs up to it, his truck won't squat, and it might not hook properly. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Let me get in here so y'all can hear it. I'm lowering the trailer down onto the truck now, and that's air filling back up my bags to try to keep the trailer level. Now, everything's done. Your fifth wheel's where you want it. You're happy with it. Now you're back here at the landing gear. Now there is space up underneath here. Now what you want to do, you want to drop it until it touches the ground, and you want to spin it. Now there's 2 things that will touch the ground. The first thing that will touch the ground is the pad, then the leg. So you will have to turn it a little bit more to make sure it's not just the pad sitting, because there is a little bit of space in there where the bolt connects the pad to the landing gear leg. And you want to turn it a little bit until you feel a little bit of pressure on this. And then you just want to turn it until it's back up at the handle thing. And that's all it is. Now, I don't have space. The trailer is still putting a little bit of weight on the truck, and everything's good. So when I pull forward, the trailer will drop a little bit, and the back of my truck will release all the air, and you should be able to hear it hissing. So let's do that. Woo. Okay. Kingpin release. Heard it clank. I hope y'all heard that. Let's go back here and see if y'all can hear the air. Alright, so my fifth wheel's moved. The trailer is lined up perfectly for when the next guy comes up. His truck will squat. You're happy. The next guy's gonna be happy because he's gonna know if the trailer hooked properly, because his truck will squat. Saved him time, saved you time, saved the company time. Everybody's happy. And that's how you move your fifth wheel. Thanks for watching.